Hello and welcome to this very special presentation. I'm Osama Shab. On Tuesday, Vinesh Phogat, she was on the brink of creating wrestling history for India. She had beaten Yui Sasaki, the undefeated Japanese world champion, the defending Olympic champion. It was deemed an impossible task by many, but Vinesh, she had other ideas. She beat the Japanese fair and square 3-2. Up next was the European champion Oksana Livac. A tough battle, but Vinesh beat her 7-5, moving to the semi-finals, where she came up against the Pan-American champion Guzman. Vinesh was at her dominant best as she sailed through the bout, reaching the final and in the process, creating history by becoming first ever Indian woman wrestler to reach Olympic finals. The entire country was waiting for history, but on Wednesday morning, all those dreams shattered. In a heartbreaking twist of fate for Vinesh Phogat, the Indian wrestler was disqualified from the Paris Olympics 2024. Vinesh, she was set to compete for gold medal on Wednesday in the women's 50 kg final. She was disqualified by the event organizers as she was a few grams overweight on the morning of her gold medal match. Now, for more clarity, Vinesh, she had cut on her weight to compete in the 50 kg category, having previously competed in the 53 kg category. Now, how did Vinesh gain 2 kgs overnight? This is the big question that a lot of people are asking. Vinesh, remember, she had a glass of juice in the morning right after she first made weight. Now, this juice, and it is a normal process for all these athletes, just for the clarity of our viewers. The juice that she took, it added 300 grams to her body weight. Now, this is the usual process for wrestlers in order to rehydrate themselves, in order to regain physical strength. Now, Vinesh Phogat, she had another couple of liters of fluid to rehydrate herself. This added another 2 kg of body weight. She also had some light snacks in the day to maintain energy levels because she was fighting 3 bouts on Tuesday. This added another 700 grams to her weight. Ultimately, Vinesh, at the end of that day, she was 2 kgs overweight for the allowed 50 kg weight. Now, Vinesh did everything in her capacity to make sure that she lose her weight. And in fact, Dr. Dinshaw Padiwala, the India's chief medical officer at the Olympics, he said that Vinesh, she did not sleep even a minute. She did not drink a sip of water and she did not have any food. She spent the entire night running and using sauna. She made it to the 50.1 kg, but that didn't really have time to cut the last 100 grams. There was no leeway and no extra time to make weight. She even, in fact, cut off her hair. Now, remember, what does the United World Wrestling, the governing body, what does the rule say? The Article 8, the competition system of the United World Wrestling's rule book, it says that the medical control and a first weigh-in, it will be held the morning of the concerned weight category. The qualified athletes for the final and they will be weigh-in again the second morning of the concerned weight category. No more weight tolerance will be allowed for the second weigh-in. 2 kg weight tolerance is in fact allowed for World Cup and for the international tournaments, except the UWW ranking events. Also, the Article 11 of third chapter of UWW says that for all competitions, the weigh-in is organized each morning of the concerned weight category. The weigh-in and the medical control lasts 30 minutes. The second morning of the concerned weight category, only the wrestlers who participate in the repechage and finals, they have to come for the weigh-ins. The weigh-ins will last 15 minutes. Now, in fact, after all of this, after all the heartbreak that Vinesh Phogat saw, and in fact the entire country saw, she heartbroken over her disqualification from the Paris Olympics 2024. Vinesh Phogat, she announced her retirement from wrestling. She, in fact, remember, she stood on the cusp of a gold medal in the 50 kg freestyle wrestling just a night before. And in fact, she has also lodged a protest at the Court of Arbitration for Sport, the CAS, challenging her disqualification. In fact, on the post, on the social media, she wrote, and I'll read it in Hindi. She says, "माँ कुश्ती मेरे से जीत गई, मैं हार गई, माफ़ करना आपका सपना, मेरी हिम्मत, सब टूट चुके, इससे ज़्यादा ताकत नहीं रही, अलविदा कुश्ती. Haryana, remember, as a state, it is a conservative, patriarchal state. In some places, girls, they cannot even wear jeans or have cell phones, but the Haryana state government, it also encourages sports participation by offering jobs, land, and cash prizes to medals. And this is why we have seen a lot of women who have taken to sports to find refuge and liberation in the world of sports. In fact, Vinesh, like I said, she has appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sports in Switzerland over her disqualification for the gold medal match in her weight category. Multiple reports have suggested that Vinesh has requested a joint silver medal, and we are still waiting for a reply to that particular appeal. In fact, to talk about everything that has transpired, we are currently joined by our guests at this time. We have Simon Sharif, a former India shooter. We also have Mahavir Prasad. He's a Dronacharya awardee, former coach of the Indian wrestling team. As well as we have Ashwini Nachappa, former Indian athlete. Everyone, welcome to this show. Let me just start by asking Ashwini Nachappa about her retirement. Your first thought on Vinesh hanging her boots and that tweet that she posted on her social media. It says a lot about what she is going through right now.
When the entire nation feels the hurt, you can imagine what she is going through, sitting alone in that bed of hers in Paris and wondering the journey, despite all the turbulations, having reached that far and having played the sport with such great, determination, focus, and extremely well, defeating world number one. Something like this is absolutely tragic. So when we are hurt so badly, I can only feel for her and share her pain. I think the whole country shares her pain. But having said that, I think even going into the games, I would think that she has decided that this would have been her final go at the Olympic Games, because the last two really didn't work well.
Yeah.
And she wanted to give this the last chance, because age is also catching up. I mean, it's
she's 29. Yes.
Yes, and that would be the right decision. And I only wished that she would have won a medal, because she was so close to winning it. And then this retirement would have been something that she would have cherished for life. Now to hang up her boots and having this in the backdrop, I think that will haunt her for till end of life. I mean, that's how, because even Usha, having lost that by 1/100th of a medal, even today she speaks about it. So it's always going to haunt her.
Simon Sharif, I also want to get your reaction to her retirement. What does it mean for Vinesh Phogat after having such a tremendous tournament, after beating 3 champions, reaching the final, and to lose out on a medal like this, and then losing faith and losing hope? Ultimately, she went on to announce her retirement. What are your reactions to that, sir?
Well, to me, it looks like more of an emotional decision. She was hospitalized yesterday. She spent the whole day, the night there in the hospital. And I think it's feeling dejected. And we felt so much pain. We can't even imagine what Vinesh must be going through. I think it's an emotional decision. Vinesh is a true fighter. She's already been to 2 Olympics before. She could not win a medal in Rio and Tokyo. We were very hopeful of Vinesh winning a medal this time. And had she gone on to win the gold medal bout against the American, she would have become India's first woman to become an Olympic champion. If not that, at least the first Indian wrestler woman to win a Olympic silver. But none of that happened. And it's very disheartening. But I'm sure Vinesh, once she comes back, takes some time, speaks to elders, speaks to a coach, she might go back on the decision of retiring. Knowing her, she's a fighter. She can come back very strongly in LA 4 years from now.
Absolutely. In fact, we also joined by Mahavir Prasad, the former coach of Indian wrestling team. Mahavir जी, मेरा सवाल उस वेट कैटेगरी को लेके है. विनेश वो 50 केजी वेट कैटेगरी में उन्होंने जो है वो compete किया इस बार. प्रीवियसली वो 53 केजी वेट कैटेगरी में compete कर रही थी. एक रेसलर के लिए ये कितना डिफिकल्ट होता है कि अपना वेट कैटेगरी जो है वो चेंज करना और ये ऊंचे लेवल 53 केजी से 50 केजी में अपने आप को ला के वहाँ पे compete करना. एक रेसलर के लिए क्या टेक्निकलिटीज इन्वॉल्व होती हैं और कितना डिफिकल्ट होता है, ये हमारे दर्शकों के लिए बताइए.
देखिए, किसी भी पहलवान जो अपने वेट कैटेगरी में खेलता है, वो हर पहलवान 2-3 किलो तो वेट हर पहलवान रिड्यूस करता है. पर विनेश के साथ ऐसा हुआ, पहले वो 48 केजी में लड़ती थी, बाद में उसका वेट बढ़ गया, वो 50 केजी आ गया, वहाँ पर 50 किलो में लड़ने लगी. और रियो ओलंपिक में वो 50 किलो में पार्टिसिपेट किया था. वहाँ दुर्भाग्यवश उसको चोट लगी और वो मेडल नहीं जीत पाई, जबकि वहाँ भी वो मेडल की दावेदार थी इंजरी की वजह से. और 2021 में टोक्यो ओलंपिक में शी वाज रैंक फर्स्ट. वो मैं कह रहा हूँ जापान की पहलवान से मुकाबला था, बाकी सबसे वो वन साइड अच्छा थी पीछे, किंतु अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो वहाँ भी उसे बेलारूस की पहलवान से हार गई और वो फाइनल तक नहीं पहुंच पाई. तो विनेश का ब्रोंज का मेडल भी सपना टूट गया. इसलिए वो वहाँ टोक्यो के बाद भी वो इसी तरह जो हुई है, ऐसे ही उसने टोक्यो के बाद भी वो बिल्कुल टूट चुकी थी. और एक 1 वीक के बाद मेरे को याद है, मैं वहाँ उसके घर गया था. उसको जब वो बार से मिला तो बिल्कुल रो रही थी मेरे साथ. विमल मोहन NDTV के जो है स्पोर्ट्स के कवर करते, वो विमल मोहन मेरे साथ थे. ओम प्रकाश दिया जी द्रोणाचार्य अवार्ड, वो मेरे साथ थे. हमने उसको खूब मनाया. 2 घंटे तक मैंने उसको मोटिवेट किया कि नहीं, 3 साल बचे हैं, नेक्स्ट ओलंपिक में आपको नेक्स्ट ओलंपिक में पार्टिसिपेट करना है और आप वर्ल्ड में टॉप लेवल की खिलाड़ी है. इस लेवल तक किसी खिलाड़ी का पहुंचना बहुत बहुत मुश्किल काम होता है. और आप जहाँ पहुंच चुकी है वहाँ पर अपना आपको स्टैंड करिए. 3 साल है, कुछ नहीं पता चलेगा. एशियन गेम, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम आप खेलते खेलते तुरंत वो आ जाएगा. जो मंजिल आपको लेनी है वो भगवान आपको गोल्ड मेडल देगा. आप थोड़ा हिम्मत और करिए. तो उसने उस बात से उस दिन वो बहुत ही करेज हुई थी और उसने बड़ी हिम्मत की कि नहीं ठीक है आपने किया है. तो ये कह रहा हूँ बहुत अच्छा खेली वो. जो पहले दिन 3 बाउट खेली, उसका परफॉर्मेंस सुपर था. उसने बहुत अच्छी तैयारी कर रखी थी. किंतु जैसे आप बाउट में खेलते हो, ऐसे ही वजन भी यूनाइटेड वर्ल्ड रेसलिंग ने क्या है कि ये नियम बना दिया है कि कोई भी खिलाड़ी बहुत ज़्यादा वजन रिड्यूस ना करे. इसके चलते उन्होंने वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में भी ओलंपिक में भी दोनों दिन अगर तो दोनों दिन वेट घटाना जरूरी है. कि कोई भी खिलाड़ी ज़्यादा वजन घटाने के कारण उसके लाइफ के साथ थोड़ा सा नुकसान होता है, लाइफ में उसको काफ़ी आगे हो जाता है. तो इसलिए वजन ज़्यादा नहीं घटाना होता. विनेश ने
it has been done in order to make sure the welfare of the athlete as well. But I also want to talk about how she has managed to shift from 53 kg to 50 kg, and there are a lot of people who are talking about the arbitrariness during the Olympic qualification. Ashwini Nachappa, the ad hoc committee which was running wrestling in India at that time, they had promised that there would be a trial for the 53 kg, but then there were also talks about how the former Wrestling Federation of India rules, it gave quota winner the go-ahead for the Olympics. Do you feel this confusion also prompted Vinesh to go for that 50 kg weight category and not a higher weight category?
I would imagine so because, there has been a lot of, negativity around the federation, the working of the federation. And it wasn't pro-athlete at all at that particular time, especially for Vinesh. All those who, we should not forget what the Phogats sisters did for Haryana and did for wrestling.
Yeah.
They changed the entire community, brought in a number of students and young children take up a very difficult sport, a contact sport. And especially, as you said, Haryana is a very conservative state. For something to be so transformational, they should have really taken care, especially when elite athletes for the first time is on the streets of New Delhi. I personally felt it wasn't handled in the manner they should have. Vinesh should have got the opportunity. She had absolutely no support whatsoever to face the trials. I think she's made a number of appeals. And that confusion, and I think that really plays heavily on the mental stability of the athlete also. It's not just the physical training where she was losing out training on the streets and losing out on good high quality training facilities and conditions, but also the mental stress that the athlete was going through. So I think
All
she
right.
and her team thought it best at what category would at what weight category she would be best suited for the Olympic Games, and that's why she went in for this category.
Well, we're sadly running out of time at the moment. Everyone, thank you very much for giving us your views. Vinesh Phogat, she has appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, and we are awaiting that decision. We hope that it is in favor of the wrestler, and we hope that she gets at least a joint silver medal for her efforts that she has shown. Time for a very short break. More on the other side.